ask them. Obviously, PJ was great tonight, but your three old guys, John and two juniors, really when you had to have it tonight, and they just went out and won the game.
Yeah, I thought Basil Smotherman was good in the first half and really gave us some good energy. Obviously, PJ gave us good energy the whole game. But those three guys, Octius and Raphael Davis and Hammonds were really good. We got off to a rough start, but I thought we defended well. And it kept us in the game, and it kept us in striking distance, and got a little momentum going into halftime. And then, we had a good start to the second half, and that was key for us.
Yeah, the first 17 minutes of the game, the final 23 were very different. Just, was it simply defense, or because your offense really loosened up too? What was the difference?
Well, I think we just had to make some baskets. I thought PJ gave us a spark there at the end. He got that steal, and he got another steal, and he poked the ball from behind, and that was big. AJ makes the jump hook there at the end of the half. So I just think the difference was, just having some confidence after making some plays. And defensively, I thought we were good all night. I thought Ravante Rice, about half of his field goals were just really tough shots. And he's a really good player. He's a talented player.
You just mentioned the steal by PJ, the one under the basket. You seem like you really energized the arena, gave your team a huge lift. Just that one play, how significant did you think it was?
Well, I thought it shocked people more than anything. For him to steal the ball and then to score over him, kind of in the same movement. It was just something that got us going a little bit, and that's what you have to have. You have to have somebody step up and make a couple plays and try to get a little bit of momentum. And even in a low-scoring game, back-to-back field goals, it was huge.
Rebounding early on, they were taking it to you even more than they did at Illinois, although I know you guys were missing a lot of shots, obviously, early on, too. Right. That contributed to that. But you come out ahead on rebounding. It seemed like as the game changed, you guys were taking control there, too. Just, I guess, how much of a factor you see that was in AJ's role in that?
Right. Well, I thought in the second half we were really good on the glass. They got the better of us in the first half. And AJ, obviously, did some really good things, even though Nana got 5 offensive rebounds. But that was huge in that 10-minute stretch where we almost held them scoreless through that stretch, was that we weren't allowing any second chance opportunities.
How badly did you need this one, just in terms of NCAA and all those kind of things?
Obviously, we both needed it,
yeah.
And that's what makes it difficult. Obviously, I think we have an advantage over Illinois because we're playing at home, just like they have an advantage when we play at their place. And you're going to have to play really well to be able to beat anybody in our league, on the road. So it's just one more win, versus a quality team, and we can't have enough of those when you're sitting there and you're really close.
You mentioned some of the young guys who kind of factored into this game. Vince, to start the second half, really made some good passes. It seemed like really made some good plays offensively. How much did that mean to the start you got off to?
Well, his only basket was, the first play of the second half. He knocked out that 15-footer against the zone, and we had a tough time getting it into the high post, and once we did, we got some good looks. We just didn't knock him down in the first half, and then Vince, he made that shot in the second half, and he found John along the baseline a couple times, and that really got us going. And I thought we really could have taken off because Vince had a couple really good threes on the perimeter and rhythm that just didn't go down for him.
Matt, can you elaborate a little bit more on PJ? He hasn't played much in the last couple games.
Right.
And then what sparked you to use him more, and just the way he responded to that?
Well, he gives you another ball handler, and really just his attitude's been great. He hasn't played, and he's kept a good attitude, and just kind of waiting on his turn. And I've kind of flip-flopped him and Bryson throughout the year to where they never really got into a rhythm, and we've played them both on kind of the personnel who we're playing against. And after watching us play Illinois the first time, I thought he did some really good things in the half court. He had a driving layup. He had a good look off a three. He did some good things, for us. And the way they play and the way they defend, you got to have good movement. And PJ does a good job of passing the basketball and finding people and moving the ball. And I just thought he would help us a lot in those areas. And then he gives us the spark defensively, which was huge for us.
On the tournament, 20 wins, 12 in the Big Ten. Do you think those are numbers that should be
Well, you got to compare it versus people. You know, you got to sit down and have all the information. And a lot of what we take is from people who talk, you know, on television. And they say, yeah, they should be in, and you know, they got 83 teams in. And that's not quite the way the tournament works. I think we have a lot of quality wins. And anytime you're on the bubble, you're going to have some positives and have some negatives. And so, and we have both, like any other team on the bubble. We have to keep winning. That's what we can control. You know, we can control how we play. We can't control if someone's going to select us or not select us. If you watch us, you know, do you think that, you know, an NCAA tournament team? Well, sure we are, but Illinois is too. You know, Indiana is too, but we're all kind of right in there. It's kind of how you're playing right now, and you got to. All three of us still have opportunities to win, and that's what we need to do. Not sit around and speculate. You know, that's your guys' job. You know, you guys speculate. We can coach and play, and but it is fun. It's a lot. You know, it's a lot more fun to be in this position than we were last year, and so to be able to get third in this league and tie. You know, your goal is to win the league, but when you got last year, you know, it's a much better feeling.
Riff had 17 of his 18 in the second half, and obviously he started hitting some threes there, and that's been not necessarily an every game presence for him, but just the fact that he's developed that part of his game this year. How crucial was that to the season you guys have had?
Well, I think he's taken his open ones instead of forcing things. You know, when he gets his feet set, he takes his time. You know, if you look on his scouting report, it says driver. You know, it says he can go left, he can go right. He's a driver. You know, don't just give him a three, but you know, you'd rather have him shoot a three than anything else. So he's keeping people honest now with his ability to knock down some perimeter shots. He's got a good pull-up game. He doesn't go to it a lot. I thought tonight he went to it a couple times, knocked one of them down. He's got to continue to drive the basketball for us, but also look at his pull-up game. And then when they're going to leave him open, you know, step up and knock those threes down.
I think we talked a while back about the value of shot clock killing shots. When you make a shot at the end of a shot clock, what that means to the defense. You made 3 of them in the second half. What kind of toll could that have possibly taken on Illinois when they were, you know, down pretty sizable?
Well, you know, when you're on the road and you play good defense, and then someone makes a play at the end of the shot clock, you know, it bothers you, you know, because you've done everything in your power, and you've had a good possession, and all of a sudden somebody makes a shot, possibly that you want. I think that's the tough one. When you say, hey, well, we'll take this. Like with their bigs, you know, I'd rather have their bigs shooting perimeter shots than their guards. I mean, look at their guards, look how talented they are, look how they. So anytime our bigs always say, hey, do you want them to, you know, you want them to shoot them? I said, well, I don't want you just to let them shoot it, but I'd rather have their big shooting it than Ravonte Rice. I'd rather the big shoot it than Malcolm Hill. And so people have to say that about, you know, some of our guys that don't either shoot a lot of threes or shoot a good percentage. Ray actually doesn't shoot very many, but he's got a pretty good percentage now. But that they'd rather give that up than A.J. Hammond's posting up, or John Octius getting to the rim, or Rayfield getting to the rim. So when you make those kind of baskets at the end, especially when they're jump shots, you know, it hurts you. You know, it's like, you know, we're doing what we want, but they're still scoring.